Hello, everyone. Welcome to 2MinuteLogic.com. Some interesting stuff going on today. It appears that the FBI is now reopening the email case with Hillary Clinton. Um, and I just wanted to point out the significance of the timing. Uh, I know it's aluminum foil hat wearing, Illuminati believing conspiracy theorists watch things a little differently than other people. Um, but it's really funny the timing. 11 days before the election, the FBI decides to open up the email case again for Hillary Clinton. I also want to show you something else here that we're looking at. If you do a search, and I don't know if you'll be able to do this by the time they get wind of this, but if you do, if you go into a search engine and type in 11 days before the election, you'll get something interesting. Just 11 days before, here we go. This is what concerned me more than anything. A story from U.S. Daily Info. It says here that just 11 days before the election, Israel sends incredible message to Donald Trump. Apparently, the Israeli government is now behind Donald Trump, and I'm not sure how all of this is going to play out. But I just wanted to put this out here and have people understand that the significance of 11 is very, very important to these people. I don't believe it myself. I don't believe anything about 11. I think it's all, but what we're talking about is what these people believe. It's like the Aztecs, right? The Mayans, they ripped people's hearts out of their chest and threw them down the steps of a pyramid. They thought that that would, somehow satisfy the gods. I don't believe that, but they did. And when people believe things, they often do things because of that belief. And I think this is what's going on here. And as you can see, every story, I mean, from CNN to MSNBC, Fox News, I mean, everybody is covering this story. Um, and I'm trying to figure out what the significance, uh, and it could be coincidence. I mean, Israel contacting Donald Trump, 11 days, and this FBI scandal. Uh, but my thought is this. I think the polls are so bad for Hillary Clinton. I think what the powers that be had going on uh, uh, was that they actually gave Hillary Clinton a chance to win this election. And um, basically, they said, look, we'll stall this investigation with your emails, and we'll make some excuses. And of course, Comey came out a couple months back and a few months back and said, we're not going to be pressing charges. There's not enough information. But I think they had this information all along, and I absolutely believe that the information that they had was incriminating. And I think a lot of people are going to go down for this. However, I believe that. They had this information and they put it on hold to see how Hillary was doing or would do moving into the election. And ultimately, I wish I would have said something, but I had a feeling that something was going to happen 11 days out or 11 hours out or something. There was going to be some 11 involved in this election, and here it is. But I think what's happening now is that the polls that they've been putting out. I mean, they did the same thing with Brexit. They put out these polls that they're 10 points behind and this and that. And it's absurd. You look at these rallies that Trump's holding, and 30, 20, 25, 30,000 people showing up to watch this guy, and you look at Kane, and the other day he's in Florida. He draws 30 people. Clinton, I think she was drawing. I think she was averaging like 500 or 600. She couldn't fill a school. It's not even filling a high school gym, and I think that was the idea, is to wait to see what the American people were going to do, because I really believe when you got guys like Joe Clark coming out saying, "Look, we need to get the pitchfork and torches out because this whole thing is rigged." I just really believe that. I really believe that this is the folks in America are really to the point now where you're talking about civil war here. I totally believe that, and I think Trump, in all his business wisdom, and he is one of the one of the greatest. I mean, this guy can sit at a table, and he can wheel and deal, and he never closes any of his options. And I really believe that during the debate, when he stated that he wasn't just going to walk away from these election results, I think that's I think that was something he said, and it was planned. Um, and I think the response that the media shot out there about whether or not the American people should accept this, or whether the American people should find this anti-American for a candidate to state that he's not going to accept the results. Or he actually didn't say that. He said that he would let us know, and I totally agreed with that. I mean, there was a lot of things going on at that point. And still are a lot of shenanigans going on with the people going into polls, ballots disappearing, ballots reappearing. There's millions of people out here that shouldn't be voting, that aren't citizens. You got dead people. I mean, dogs are voting. I'm making that up, but there's a lot of things going on, and I think not taking anything off the table, I thought he was right for doing that. But I think America's reaction, and there's a lot of things going on in this country right now I don't think we're seeing, and I do believe that we need to keep our eye out here over the next few weeks. I look to see what the Russians are going to do here now, since Hillary Clinton has literally thrown the Russians into this election like I've never seen before, not since I was a kid. And I'm an older guy, so I remember I served in the military during while the wall was up. The wall actually came down while I was in the service. So it's really an amazing thing to watch the Russians being injected into our politics again after being absent for so long. So, but I do look to see if the Russians are actually going to be doing anything, and see what their next move is. And we all got to be careful with the mainstream media. They are very they're very suspect with anything they do, and anything they write out. So let's just keep an eye out here. But like I said, this 11 thing is just it's really bothering me. I'm not sure exactly what it all means. I'm going to do a little bit more research and maybe come up with some other things that could possibly be going on here. But we need to start to prepare. I think we're getting close to something big. And I know people say that all the time, but the scriptures, if you're a Christian, the scriptures are starting to come together in many different ways, in Revelations and that type of thing. And I don't want to get into a religious tirade here, but there are many things that you should be looking at. Not just with America, but with the entire world, the Middle East especially, Israel. Remember, folks, according to Revelation, during the time of the tribulation and the Antichrist scene, Israel must be sacrificing in the temple. I think a lot of things that are going on right now in the Middle East are to weaken the Islam, and it'll ultimately happen. I think Islam will implode on itself within the next couple of years, and that will free Israel up to get rid of the Dome of the Mount, and then ultimately start to construct their temple and begin to start sacrificing again. And I think Donald Trump is an unwilling participant in this, or maybe a willing participant, who knows. But I just see different things coming into fruition here. So this could be something, this could be something big. And like I said, there's definitely some significance with the timing of this reopening of the email case, and like I said, these messages coming from Israel, from the Israeli government to Donald Trump. I think Donald Trump is getting the nod right now. We'll see. I like I said, I don't know. People are saying that Donald Trump is God is using Donald Trump much like he used Cyrus to erect the second temple. So it's very possible. I mean, the Bible doesn't lie. I mean, you look at it; it's very it's pretty good with its prophecies. In fact, it's perfect. Just about every prophecy that has ever been spoken of in the Bible has come to pass at some point. There's of course there's a few that haven't yet, and that these are the things we're watching. So we need to pay attention here. But like I said, this 11 thing is something I'm not sure exactly what it is, but there's definitely something to this. And we should definitely keep our eyes open and keep our knees bended in prayer and hope things turn out the way they're supposed to. I'm sure they will. God always has a way of doing the things He needs to do. But I do see Hillary Clinton going to jail here. I think she's going to be the sacrifice. She's going to be the sacrifice for whatever is coming, and it has to be a woman. It has to be a woman. When these guys, these Illuminati people, they often they take women and they sacrifice these women. And I don't mean on an altar. Maybe they do that too, but they seem to do it in public an awful lot. If you watch some of the craziness that goes on with their little ceremonies with the Super Bowl and things like that, they tend to use women a lot. Like I said, I don't believe that what they do brings any type of change, but I do believe that there's something going on here that we need to look at. And like I said, if anybody has anything on this, please leave something in the comments. Any research you're doing, maybe we can get something going here and get it out to some of the folks that can actually really look into this. Like Alex Jones, for example, or Breitbart, or none of the mainstream people are going to look at this. They don't even, they call us all nuts. But some of the other ones, Gateway Pundit, these type of web pages that actually put out some information that is tangible and we can use to kind of look at different stories and things. Anyway, I'm signing off, and I'm going to continue to look into this over the next few days and up until the election, and hopefully you'll be hearing back from me. This is going to be my first installment of the 11. The 11. I'm going to call this the 11 the Election 11 project. Just like I said, it's just seems like an awful wild coincidence that things are going on 11 days out. So let's see what happens. All right, thanks everyone. See you later.